How deep in the madness are we here with this trade war with China?
Well, we are on the verge of tariffing each other's products out of existence. I mean, the Trump administration has announced that it will extend tariffs on all products by next month if the deal is not reached. The Chinese are already close to tariffing all of our products, and my concern is that this can spiral out of control without, even if there's some sense to this, and even if there's some plan to try to pull back and reach some deal, and this is all negotiating tactics, it could spiral out of control. There's a lot of politics at play.
What does that mean? Spiral out of control to what?
So right now, the United States exports about 120, 130 billion dollars a year. U.S. exporters to China, but we have companies there that generate revenues of about 500 billion. And they are being compelled, I think, by the Trump administration to reconsider where they're investing. So they may shift their supply chains. They may try to bring them home. What's going to happen is that the costs of production for U.S. businesses are going to rise dramatically. It's going to cause profits to shrink. Revenues for U.S. exporters are going to shrink. That's going to also put downward pressure on profits. If businesses don't have profits, they can't invest and they can't hire. So we'll likely see some economic contraction, and we will likely see the global economy kind of breaking up, bifurcating into two segments, two blocks, those that fall within sort of China's ambit and those that we continue to woo. And boy, it's hard to woo countries nowadays, considering how we've poked many of them in the eyes with respect to our trading policies.
So, if you look at the cycle that leads to war, usually the last thing before actual war happens is a trade war. This is the worst one I think I've seen in my lifetime, at least the one that I can remember. And I'm not torn on Mexico or Europe or Canada. Wrong. However, China has really bad practices, and they are, I think, are the biggest enemy of not America, but of freedom of mankind out there. And while I don't like the tariffs, I also don't like really doing a lot of business with China because they're very bad actors.
Certainly, the China of 2019 is very different than the China of, say, 2001, when it sort of joined the global economy and joined the World Trade Organization. It was a poor country at the time that was trying to make amends for a lot of bad economic policies, bad social policies. And there was hope that China would become more like us and open up and capitalism would prevail. And now they have a president who's president for life. He surveils his population. He exports surveillance equipment around the world. He's got concentration camps. And so, yes, we need to be a little bit more skeptical of China, but at the same time, we don't want this to be a self-fulfilling prophecy. The Chinese people, I think, will suffer from, if we turn our backs on each other. And it's not them. It's a regime that might be under pressure from this trade war, which is likely to spark, to inspire nationalism as the economy starts to go south in China. But ultimately, I think Chinese people are peace-loving and would like to have mutually beneficial relations.